Hello everyone, this is Schultzy, and I have some Planetside 2 footage, and tips and tricks with it, and I have to say is to Biscuit, damn you, you got me addicted to this is crack cocaine. Super fun, super enjoyable, and this is the hardest part with this type of game. Tips and tricks on this type of thing is really based on everyone working together in this whole overarching unity, and that is a very, very, very hard thing to do. I mean, almost impossible, because honestly you have to get into an outfit and do this. I mean, that's the first thing. Find an outfit and get into it. Does not matter. I mean, not in the slightest, because working together as a whole is what's going to make you win. And honestly, okay, we got that major point out. You got to work together. You have everyone working together. That's the biggest thing. Focusing on one point and attacking that. After that, what are you going to say? What's the most important thing? These are generic ones. I will go into really specifics, even attacking these bases in particular. That's going to be a little harder for me, but I'll try it. Not even hard for me, it's going to be a lot more time consuming, and honestly, I hope you guys enjoy this. Please tell me what you think. But the biggest thing is unit composition and attack composition. These are overarching strategies. If you're going to attack a base or anything like that, what you're going to really need to do is have every class supporting each other. You're going to need them doing the right thing. And if you're attacking the base, the two most important classes you're going to need are not the ones that are going to be doing the damage, like the heavy assault and a few other things. They may be the tip of the spear, but they need someone supporting them. The support class is what is going to be making sure these fights are won. Yes, the heavy assault will be pushing it forward, doing the damage, laying down cover fire, but you need the engineer, and you need the combat medic to heal up and repair and keep on keeping these people alive. Those are the two most important classes in a general sense for a push. Without them, it is completely useless to even attempt it, because people are going to be spawning in constantly, and you're not going to be able to get a foothold and constantly creep forward and put the pressure on them. Honestly, right now I should have taken the light assault, but I honestly thought I needed to supply my men with more rounds of ammunition, and I thought we were able to make a quick little push here. But that was all it is. That the support classes are the most important, because they're the ones going to keep everyone alive, keeping the pressure up and pushing them forward. Now the next thing that's the most important thing to do, you may be able to use serve points to beef up your weapon, put more attachments so you're better on it. That is not important. Even your upgrades for healing people are not important. Find a Sunderer and upgrade the Sunderer so you can have a mobile spawn point. That is going to be the most important thing. No matter what, that is the most important thing with the upgrades. Why? Because when you're going to get there, you're going to need to find a position to make sure you can do it. In about roughly 3 Sunderers per objective, and 3 active good placement Sunderers are the best thing. Now that may not sound like a big thing, but it is huge. The reason why is because you're going to want to be able to find 3 areas that you can put a significant amount of pressure on. And I'm not talking about, just a little, I'm talking about significant amount of pressure. I'm talking about the first 2 points are going to be hitting from either side to push in on one angle. So they're going to be fighting almost like on an extended front. You see how the line is? You see where that little red dot, diagonal triangle is? You want from 2 angles hitting that area, so their line of attack is massive. So they have this huge area they have to defend, and you're going to want one behind them. So when you do that, you have them forcing their units in multiple spots. That's why you need multiple Sunderers, and the Sunderer is the most important thing. You can later on upgrade other things and have more powerful things. Even right here, had another army, the new conglomerate, come in. Needed to harass those guys. But you can see that taking down these places, you need to force them to overstretch their lines, and to do that you need a Sunderer upgraded for a mobile spawn point, because mobile spawn points are what's going to keep you in this game and keeping the pressure on the enemy beyond belief. Yes, you may be saying, oh, you don't need so many Sunderers, but it will help out a lot, more than you will realize after a while, because you'll realize that the Sunderers is what's going to keep you in the game and keep people putting the pressure on the enemy and forcing them to make a mistake. Because honestly, this is one, the person who makes the first mistake, overarching mistake first, And the most often, and the earliest, is what's going to be tipping the battle in your scale. Any little tactics like hitting from the side, covert ops, jump jet infantry ambushes on the front line so they just think it's a heavy assault push where they won't look above, won't matter whatsoever if you don't have enough Sunderers to put the pressure from overarching all over the place on the base. Because what you want to do is you want to crush the normal concepts of what a line is and how they hold the positions. The jump infantry will help along with that, but I mean that's the overarching thing to focus on. And honestly, if you have this kind of a proper composition of snipers, assaults, light medics, combat engineers, and whatnot, if you have this proper balance, they're not going to be able to handle all the problems, because honestly, this is just infantry base. You'll be having tanks and air support. I mean, you need everything working together to take out a base, no matter what. Because if you don't have it balanced, you're not going to be able to hold the people at bay, mess with them. Even right here, I'm not the best player, but you can see me jumping around forced him to focus his attention on me because he saw me. He freaked out. It's all kind of messing around with the perceptions of this. And the other thing is, if you have a group of people working together, the best time to attack is in the evening at night. And you can really mess with perceptions there, but I will go further on like this. But you can see that right then there, you're seeing that honestly the pressure you put up, even against a max, just a little bit of damage sometimes is enough to really destabilize them from actually having a hold solid push. Because you can see, hitting from another area, that line was starting to curve out. You're starting to mess with their perception of how the line is supposed to hold. And this is what you need to do. Because honestly, I was just looking around, just trying to figure out. And honestly, the Sir Points upgrades are meaningless until you have your Sunderer put together. After that, it does not matter. Honestly, if you are decent with a gun and you want a little more, you want more advantages, yes, dump all your points to your assault rifle or carbine or whatever first before you think on anything else. But that's the biggest things that honestly you really want to focus on those things. This is a fun game. These tips and tricks I hope have helped. They're not. This game is so big and so dense and so huge. There's so many factors. And honestly, as I said, get a group of people together, upgrade the Sunderer, multiple spawn points to completely mess with the enemy, so no one can figure out where the hell you're coming from. Those are the really important things to do. To really do that. And if you don't do those things, those massive basic things, having a balanced assaulting force, because they can come in waves of one being more prominent, but as long as they're balanced, you'll have a better chance of pushing in. Air support, tank armored columns coming in, and the Sunderer being upgraded, having multiple spawn points around the base you are attacking to push in, and making sure you have multiple places around there so their focus is on one area, and then you can have another area slide in with extra troops coming behind the enemy lines to cut them off. It's all on messing with the perception of how the engagement's going. And a lot of the time, you're just going to be you're just going to want a massive focus on the first few areas. Because the first few times you want to make sure everyone's attention is one spot. The way we're going, you want everyone focusing, holy crap, we got multiple tanks, we have multiple infantry, let's focus everything here, and let everyone else think, oh, it's not so bad, let's focus on the biggest, loudest spot. There'll be other tactics, other in-depth things, other best uses at nighttime missions and ops like this, and I hope those will help you too. Honestly, there's no one nationality and race that is better. They're all really fun, and honestly, even a jump jet infantry can take down a max very easily. It's all about just divide and conquer. You force them to overextend themselves, and you snap an attack, like right here. Do enough damage, reload, hop in, and make sure you do not function in the same sense of a normal infantryman, especially if you're jump jet. Just mess with the perception. I hope this has helped. Tell me what you think, and thank you, and good night.